Steve Hanlon, sports writer for the Times of Northwest Indiana.
Steve has been busy this week breaking some pretty big news. He happened to be the only media member at a fight between Griffith and Hammond that was about, 4 minutes into the game on Saturday. Talk about the fight, what precipitated it, and how it got to the point that it did.
Okay, well, I got there, it was about the second quarter of the junior varsity game. And I've said this to a couple people this week. Normally I don't watch JV too much. I ended up watching almost every play of the second half because the attitudes, the behavior on the court was dangerous. Trash talking, bumping, language was just not very good. There were multiple technicals called, and you know, when I spoke with Bobby Cox, IHSAA commissioner, on Sunday, he had heard some of that and said, when you have that kind of an attitude, the JV players take it into the locker room, the varsity players then feed on it. Also heard from others, Larry Moore Sr., the athletic director at Hammond. There was a lot of social media that week talking trash. So the way Coach Moore said it before the ball went up for the tip-off, it looked like everyone there was ready to fight. And there was just a high tension inside the gymnasium. And unfortunately, the jawing started. There were reports that I did not see that some of the Hammond players were on Griffith's side of the floor during the warm-ups. Little bumping, a little this, a little that. Had multiple people say that. I did not see it, but I've got to believe what they told me. There was some truth there. So, you know, there was high tension on the floor. I mean, we're less than 4 minutes into the first quarter, and Tim Eccles of Hammond has the ball, goes baseline jumper, and Anthony Murphy knocks it out of bounds off a wall. Turns and just stares at Eccles. Not long ago, that might have been called a technical. His brother, Tremel Murphy, comes up and starts clapping right in Eccles' face. And, you know, I was like, wow, that's not good. So Hammond takes the ball out of bounds. They throw it. There is a three-pointer shot, misses badly. Rebound toss to Anthony Murphy, who's streaking towards the north end side of the gym, going up for a dunk. Eccles lays him out. It's probably the worst foul I've ever seen in the 100 or so years I've been doing this. And Murphy was going head first for the wall. I was really concerned for his safety because had he hit the wall in a different way, who knows what could have happened. It could have been a tragedy. So after that, players kind of come over, and Tremel Murphy comes in, and you know, there's a couple Hammond players over. Anthony, he's trying to get to his brother. There's some pushing, talking, all that, and a Hammond player comes from behind. Cole cocks him, knocks him down, and that's when it you know, all bets were off. Both benches cleared, fans coming out of the bleachers, and you know, it was the worst fight I've ever seen. Worst behavior. I've never seen anything like it before.
The IHSAA decided to end the season for both teams, and neither team is going to be able to have a chance to play in the postseason. What do you think was the precipitation for that major of a decision?
Well, I spoke with Commissioner Bobby Cox today, and you know, I asked him, did he want to send a message, and he was very clear that's not why this was done. He said it was so egregious, so over the line of the sportsmanship that they are promoting. It had to be done, and as sorry as I am for those 10 or 12 seniors that cannot finish their season on the basketball court. Yeah, and you know, there's like 10 or 12 seniors on both teams combined. I feel really bad for, and I do. They can't finish their high school careers on the court, on the floor. But I believe the IHSAA made the right call. You know, those two teams were in the same sectional. Who knows what could have happened at the Hammond Civic Center in a few weeks. And, you know, Bobby Cox said Anthony Murphy could have broke his neck. Somebody could have came out of the bleachers with a gun. And that cannot happen. This is Indiana. This isn't New York City.